Geezers, I'm at rank 98. That is 2 ranks away from 100, and I've been climbing the last 4 ranks or so with movement, and I think I've perfected the movement deck. I'm in pool 2, so of course if you haven't got all these cards, there'll be some replacement suggestions in the description below. We have tweaked the deck quite a bit. The main thing we've included is Angela, because surprise surprise, Angela is OP. If you've watched my tier list videos, you'll know that Angela is like in her own lane at the top. Angela also has an insane amount of synergy with this deck. Jay Bonds, why have you done that? I'm going to have to start again now. We put Angela in the deck. Angela's just insane points. Obviously, with like Nightcrawler, you can put Nightcrawler in and move it out. But you can also do some of the things with Iron Fist. You can have your play your Iron Fist in your Angela lane, then play the next card in the Angela lane. Let's say Vulture. Vulture's going to move to the left and be 8 points, and then your Angela's still going to get the +2. Similarly, Hulkbuster is going to be +2 points on Angela. You can also play your Heimdall to the left of Angela, and then if she moves, your Heimdall will buff her. So there's loads of ways of buffing Angela. Nightcrawler also is just like good with Kraven. I don't love Nightcrawler to be honest in this deck, but a lot of the time we've just had like 1 energy spare. The energy curve of this deck is super awkward. So we have like no 4 or 5 cost cards, just lots of low cost cards because they're all really good and they're movement focused. And a lot of the other decks we played cards like Storm, we played cards like Hobgoblin, maybe Shang-Chi. But the conclusion I've come to is it's just better to be playing these movement cards, like these combo cards, get them all down on the board. Sam your Heimdall or your Chavez sometimes as well. Really happy with it. Obviously, you want to be buffing up your multiple man with Forge. You want to be getting your Hulkbuster onto multiple man, usually in the far right lane on its own. Doctor Strange can also be pulling cards to the right. Be really careful with Cloak. Try not to play Cloak on turn 5 a lot of the time, because what Cloak's going to do on turn 5 is it's going to make the board like a bit wonky and a bit wacky, where anything can happen and you're kind of like guessing. Sometimes that can be good. If you're in a losing position, you can play Cloak and bamboozle your opponent. But if you're in a really strong position, Cloak on turn 5 is often bad, because then your opponent can just move things in different ways and you have to second guess yourself, and kind of turns the game into a bit of an RNG fiesta. Yeah, I think that's about it. Miles could be going in this deck if you really want. I don't really think the card's very good. I think it needs to get a buff. Yeah, I would just play this version. I think it's really good. Solid. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get rank 100. Alright. So, turn 1 we have Iron Fist. We're not going to play Iron Fist though, because we want to play Kraven turn 2. Do not get baited into playing it. Fishbones we've played against a few times. It would be rude not to snap on Sanctimorium. And of course, we're always moving cards from like left to right. Like, Kraven doesn't look that good here because Sanctimorium's in the middle. But we're feeling good. We can go like Iron Fist onto Vulture, then maybe like Doctor Strange, the card. Looks like left lane is the lane probably losing. And then we want to try and win Baxter building for sure. So let's try and just put our bad cards over here. Is Iron Fist is a 4-point card because it's going to get buffed by Forge. So let's do that. If we're winning Baxter building, we don't actually need any stats in Sanctimorium as well. That's the other thing to consider, right? So we now play our Vulture, which is going to move into Sanctimorium. It's the only place we can play it, of course. It's a very interesting board state. Of course, if they don't commit enough into the vault, we can maybe Heimdall if we find it down the line. There's the Heimdall. So we have a couple of options here. What we could also do is we could Cloak the left lane for some surprise value. I think I like Cloak plus Doctor Strange here. I said like you often don't want to Cloak on the last turn because it turns it into a Clown Fiesta, but it's actually putting it to our advantage, right? Yep. The Cloak is popping off here. Because their lane, I kind of predicted correctly, is full. We know how many points we need to beat them. Of course, they could still play like a blue Marvel. And let's not forget, if they overtake us in Baxter building, we're in trouble. Because then they would be taking this and also getting a 6-point swing to the left. Vulture moving in to the left here is 20 points of swing. Because it's going to go to 18 in Kraven buffs. So we're ahead by 10. So we just secure that lane. We play Heimdall. We're winning the mid. It's just GG. No, it's not, because Baxter, they're going to win Baxter building, so it's not GG. Fine. There was going to be a 6-point... I really need to slow down on my maths here. There was going to be a 6-point swing in mid because they were going to win Baxter. So I'm 1 ahead here, but they were going to be 5 ahead. I'm putting 7 points in. So we're 2 ahead. So we were winning fine. Oh, but I panicked for a little second. That was a sick game. I just needed to rope a little bit more on the final game, let's be honest. We definitely want to buff the multiple man up if we're playing it in Strange Academy. That I'm very sure of, because we end up with so many multiple mans. Go on, give us the Forge. Beautiful. Give us the Hulkbuster. Oh. Was asking for a lot. Yeah, this deck is a banger. Okay, they play Atuan to the right. This card is garbage. We should just snap on them because they're playing this card, honestly. Oh, snap. Okay, I think I shouldn't have played Angela. My mana curve just became very awkward, right? I think it's fine. We have a big juicer multiple man in Strange Academy. That's the main thing. Nothing else really matters. At all. Random Lauryn Hill reference. Alright, now here's a decision. What do we do with the cloak? What do we do with the cloak, guys? I kind of like it here because if they move cards mid, my Craven gets buffed. And then we're putting the multiple man to the right, which is where we want it, probably. This Craven's getting so many stats from them moving 2 cards here too. They have nothing to the left anymore either. They have no stats to the left. So they're just going to slam a Dino left probably last turn. Whereas we have a big juicer 9-point multiple man to the right. This is a win. This is a win. You imagine we cloaked to the left here, which was tempting. It just gives them so much more flexibility than it gives us, right? Like, okay, we could have moved like a 9-point multiple man back in there, but it would have just been très bad. So this is the most points, right? It's just going to move this multiple man. Just more points. Right. GG. So the way Doctor Strange works is going to be moving this multiple man and this multiple man. They move Nightcrawler. Which, to be honest, I'd forgotten they could do. So they could have maybe like slammed like a Dino here. They could have been in trouble. They kind of underestimated the swing that Baxter gives, right? Well, after turn 4, swap the position of each location. Hey, Angela's such a banger. What a woman. Oh, snap. Angela on turn 2, snap. Easy. Oh, shit. They have that Angela and Baxter. Seems kind of like... Oh, it's they don't though. They don't. Baxter's moving. This is good for us. I don't like the cloak. I think it's just this. I just wasted it. Ah, the energy's so inefficient though. So I'm gonna end up with like missing an energy this next turn too, but I think I just have to do this. So I want to play my Vulture, right? And then if I find multiple mana, I want to hold the Forge for it. We wasted 1 energy each turn with this. Nice, Baxter in the Angela lane, fantastic. We just go Forge multiple man here, innit? Can I please snap again, sir? Maybe Forge shouldn't have gone into Angela. Because I might want the Heimdall Baxter instead. Pretty confident. We're moving 13 stats into the left. We have 15, 14 stats mid. And 5 to the right still. So we're tying the right if they don't play anything there. Admittedly, if they overtake us in Baxter, we just lose, right? So it is just a fight for the left. But like, who's getting flipping 13 stats in a card? No one. Here comes Shang-Chi. That's one way of doing it. It's not enough by 1. Let's see. Should have done the maths on Odin. Nice t-shirt. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Do you happen to have one of these yourself by any chance? Great to see you, Dogma. Okay, guys. 8 cubes away from movement to rank 100. Pretty sure we just go with Iron Fist. Your biceps look bigger when I lean forward closer to my screen. Thanks. I just compete pool 3? Oh, you mean pool 2, right? You could, but it depends. Are you big brain, Infern? Is your brain big or is your brain small? If you have small brain, do not play this deck. If you have big brain, like me, good deck. Oh, they discard the Iron Man. Opponent snapped. Alright. I was playing Killmonger 2 for a long time, but I actually don't like it. I don't like any of the tech cards in this deck because so often you just want to be playing all your normal cards, like Cloak, Doctor Strange, all these kinds of things, right? You're only missing Cloak? You can definitely get away with not playing Cloak. You can play like Miles maybe instead of Cloak, for example. So the question is, what do we do? Obviously. Pretty sure do this. And I guess we still do this. I don't think Cloak's that good. Cloak is good, but it's also kind of garbaggio sometimes. Like, if they don't play a card mid here, for example, my Cloak is just making it very weird for us. The fact they do play a card mid means my Cloak is really good here, right? Brain. I'm putting 7 points mid. They're losing 1 less than me, so it's like 6 points. Ties with Spectrum. It's an 8-cube victory! In style! We've done it! Victory. Rank 100 with the movement. Skinny. Let's go! Okay, I need to get a good Twitter picture. Why are my eyes always closed? Alright, that's not bad. Oh no, the OBS lines are in it. I don't look very happy. Let's go. Skinny pop pop. Should we put this on Twitter? Do we hit 100? Not right now.